I wish. How many sentences in a day, probably, do we begin with I wish? But probably never more so than at a time of bereavement when we can say, I wish I had. I wish I hadn't. No matter how much time we've had to prepare, how close we've been with that individual, there are always those things that we feel are left unsaid. Somehow just didn't have enough time to tell them what they meant to you, what your relationship meant to you. There's always that last thing that you want to say. Giving a reading is probably simply that. It's that space where you get the chance to say those final things, to say those things that you want heard. And it's something that you can talk about your memories, your regrets. You can talk about the blessings that they've been. But it's also a very brave thing to do at a time of great sadness. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's you that has to do it. There's no reason why you can't prepare a reading, put your thoughts down, and on the day, perhaps ask the celebrant or another person that you entrust with this to speak on your behalf. The most important thing is expressing it one way or another. This can also be in poems, in songs, something that's not particularly your words, but words that you have found that really work for you and really express what you're feeling at that point in time. Expressing how you feel in a way that suits you is the most honest act you will probably perform at this point in time. And it's really important to use all the space that is available to you in that service and in the way that you want, and for you to feel that you've reflected fully and that there are no missed opportunities. So please consider as you plan what might be that you would want to have said, didn't have the opportunity to, or perhaps just want to say goodbye one more time. But working with the celebrant to achieve this is absolutely possible and can bring a great deal of comfort and healing to the grieving process.